So the three aspects that make up a high performance team are commitment to the team is number one. Number two is the accountability, building accountability. And the third is having the right skills. So I want to go through each one of those areas to talk about what's important in each one. The foundations really is building the commitment. And in the building the commitment to the team, the thing that gets us all going is a really good, strong vision for the team. What is it we're out to achieve? The next part below that is having the mission. What is the actual thing we're going to do? We've got to talk about that and get good milestones and goals in for it, which is the next. And we've got to make sure they're shared throughout the team, and there's very, very good clarity around roles and responsibilities. We've got to know who's doing what, when, who we interact with. We've got to build in the stakeholders as well. We've got to think of them. And we've also got to look at the working approach. How are we going to get things done in this team? Key things like how are we making decisions, how are we sharing information, how do we solve problems, how do we manage conflict that will occur. When we've got all those things and we've started to work together on those things and experience them, we'll start to build that commitment to the team. When you think back at teams you've worked in, those things have been in place. You've had this really strong vision of where you want to get to. You've had a good strong mission of the things you need to do and the goals you need to achieve. You know who does what. You know who you need to talk to both inside and outside the team. And you know how things get done around here. So once they're all in place, we find that might take us, from a standing start, could take us anything up to 3 months to 6 months, depending on how much effort we put into it. But if we talk about it, we'll get there faster. If we share it in our meetings, we will get there faster. Because you've got those solid foundations in place, so things like roles, responsibilities, things like goals, that will then give you the accountability. People know what they're meant to be doing. They know where their boundaries are, where the grey areas are, who they should talk to. That's all clear in those foundations, the commitment stage. So accountability is in place, but it's got to be built in both. There's got to be a commitment for me personally. I know what you want from me as my leader. And second, I need what the team commitment is, what my team accountability is. I've got to have that feeling that if I don't do it, I'm letting the team down. I'm doing it for as much as for myself as for my colleagues. And the third area is skills, and in that we break that down 3 key areas. Number one is the technical skills. Have we got the technical skills in the team? To be honest, if we haven't got them, nothing's going to happen. So you need the right technical skills. Next would be the ability to solve problems. Have we got that ability as a team, as individuals? Do we use different methods? How do we solve problems? Are we good at it? And the last one is the interpersonal relations. And we have a hierarchy in that. How good are we at informing each other? How good are we at passing instruction on? How good are we at listening? A lot of the time we don't, so it's getting better at that. We then move up to influencing. How do we get on influencing? Because in any organisation or project, you're going to have to influence people to get things done. How good are we at that? If we can't influence them, we might need to move into negotiation, which is more about having to give something up to get what you want. So what can you compromise on that doesn't damage the project or the organisation? If we can't resolve that, we might need to move into conflict. And think of conflict slightly differently. Think of it as it's a good thing for teams to have it as long as it's healthy, it's in a manageable zone, it's not competitive and it's not avoided. So as long as we can manage conflict and embrace it as one of the catalysts that gets us through change. The final one is networking. We've got to have that as an interpersonal skill. We've got to be able to reach outside of the team and keep relationships alive that we may need as the going gets tough. So just a quick recap, the 3 key areas that you'd be looking at to build a high performance team would be commitment to the team, those good, solid, strong foundations, accountability, everybody knows the cost of success and failure, and the skills. You've got to have that right blend of technical, interpersonal and problem solving skills.